after cutting out each of my pattern pieces, I'm going to go through and make sure that I have cut each of my notches. So you can either cut a little diamond out, or on the back you can maybe see, oh, I didn't cut this one. So what I did is I just took a little clip and I went to the top of the triangle right there. So it gives me a 1/4 inch clip on the back, you can see, and that just tells me that's where this, at some point this seam is going to have to line up with another seam, right? You're going to sew two things together, and the notches should line up. Okay, notches tell me where two seams are going, like two pieces of fabric should line up in the same seam line. So that's my notches, and then I'm going to go around and check and make sure I got all my other notches. So one here, and then I should have 2 on the top of my waistband and 2 on the bottom of my waistband. Next, I'm going to check for dots, okay? And you'll see dots around. So these ones are size specific. It says extra small, small, small. To mark my dots, I'm going to do the size that I'm doing. So I did a small, so whatever size you're doing, you're going to mark that one. I'm going to go down. So I take my pattern piece. I'm going to go vertically down through it, all the way through my fabric. I'll take this pin out of the way. And then I'm going to open up my layers of fabric to the wrong side. So I'm going to open up in between. And here, I'll zoom in real quick. I am going to mark my dots. So wherever that needle comes through, that's where I'm going to mark it with a marking pencil that is a different color from my fabric so it stands out. And I'll do my dot on both sides, okay? The dots also tell me where two things are going to line up, but they're going to be specific to a seam line. So they're going to say at this seam line, like at this point in the seam, they're going to line up. Not just line up raw edges, so they're not quite as exact, but they're still important. Dots say this is going to be this very specific point. I'm going to have something in the directions in this pattern guide sheet that tells me about that specific point. So here's my pattern guide sheet. But it will say like at large dot, line up piece 1 and piece 2 or something like that, okay? So you want to make sure that you're marking all those dots. I will go through with my pattern piece and I will find the rest of the dots. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So I got one of those. There's still another one that I need to do here. So I'll line that up again, go vertically through, open up to the inside, mark those dots. Hopefully you can see. I don't know if you can or not. It's there, but it's pretty faint. But I'm just marking right where the needle goes through. See that one? Maybe. And I'll go around and mark all the dots on my pattern pieces, okay? So this waistband has 2 on the side and none anywhere else. My leg band, I'm going to check all my notches again. I know I have this one done. I have that notch done. I have this notch cut. I still need to do this other notch right here. And then I'm also going to mark my dots. So I have a dot up here. I'm going to go through. This one is not size specific. So when we were looking at the waistband, it was size specific. Here, these are not size specific, and I'm just going to open them up and put this in here. Just mark it. And mark this. I know you can't see it super well in the video, but I can see a dot. You're going to mark a dot, and you'll go through and mark a dot on each piece, okay? So any piece that has dots or notches, check those before you get checked off on your cutting.